Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Cafe. I am the Cafe Boss. I am known as the Cafe Boss due to my being a retail management professional in which many people called me the boss, and also my love for a good cup of coffee. So over time, I was nicknamed the Cafe Boss. During my career in management, I spent over 30 years in the pet industry. One of my great pleasures was uniting a pet with its forever home and forever family. I was asked many times by parents just like you, which is the right pet for their child and family. Here is some of the advice that I gave them. A fish for Christmas. Many people who want to get pets for their kids start small with fish. But before we go any further, here's a little bit of insight. The joy you get out of a pet is usually measured by the amount of time you invest in a pet. While children may love watching fish swim around fish tanks, mainly the colorful tropical fish, they cannot take them out of the tank and play with them or take them out for a walk around the block. Now they can, but the fish are going to die and your neighbors may talk about you. However, getting started with fish is a good idea to see just how responsible your kids are. Once you get a pet, it should be forever. And it doesn't matter if it's a fish, a dog, a small animal, a bird, cat, any pet that you choose, it should be a forever pet in your home. It is not fair to the animal to bring it home and then get rid of it once you're tired of it. By getting fish, you can see just how far your children are willing to go when it comes to taking care of a pet. There are two different types of fish tanks that you can get. Most people get freshwater tanks because they're much easier to maintain. Others prefer the saltwater tanks because you can get the more exotic fish and sea creatures in your tank. Taking care of a fish tank is a job for an adult or an older child as it is very involved and can be quite costly. I will strongly recommend that if this is going to be your first fish, either for yourself or for your child, that you avoid the saltwater tanks because they're very expensive and very time consuming. So if you want to get started with a small pet for your child, think about getting a goldfish. Goldfish can swim in fresh water and do not need a water filter. You can get a small tank and get your child to change the water every other day. That is the key. It will be essential to ensure that the water temperature is the same for the fish when the water is changed, as a sudden change in temperature will most likely kill the fish. To get your child set up with a goldfish, you can get a large goldfish bowl, a net, a container where the fish can be put when the water is being changed, and some goldfish food. Very, very inexpensive. You can get more than one goldfish in the bowl as it will be more interesting for your child and the fish. The goldfish should be fed just a little every day and be allowed to run around the fish tank. The water must be changed every other day or the fish will die. Goldfish are very inexpensive as they're simply feeders for other fish. You will not only be teaching your child a lesson on how to care for a pet, but you will also be saving the life, even though it's only temporarily, of goldfish who are doomed to be lunch for a bigger fish. Goldfish do not live very long lives. With good care, the fish may last about 2 weeks. Some may last longer. Some have been known to last for even 6 months to a year. But they generally do not live long lives because of natural selection. They are designed to be food for other bigger fish and do not need a long lifespan. Like other creatures of a short lifespan, they tend to breed quite a bit during their short lifespan, although it is very unlikely that your child will have any fish eggs in their fish bowl. In addition to the feeder goldfish, which usually costs pennies at a fish store, you can also get large exotic goldfish. These fish will live a longer life but should be kept in a tank with a filter. A filter in a fish tank suctions out the waste and replenishes the oxygen in the water so that the fish can survive. Fish breathe in the oxygen in the water through their gills, and when the oxygen is used up, the fish dies. Having oxygen is why it is essential to have a filter on a fish tank. However, when caring for a feeder-type fish with a typically short lifespan, it might not be wise to invest in a filter right away. By starting slow with goldfish, your child can see if they like the idea of caring for the fish. Your child will also have to experience the death of the fish, and this can be a valuable life lesson as well. Unlike a cat or a dog, the fish does not have a long lifespan and will not form a bond with your child. However, the death of a fish can be very traumatic for a child, so you have to consider that as well. While starting with a goldfish as a pet can give your child a good indication of what it's like to care for another creature, it is only advised for older children who understand the concept of death, and the child should be informed early on that the fish does not live a long time. You do not want to make the child feel that they somehow caused the death of the fish, as this will do more harm than good when it comes to getting a pet for your child to raise for their self-esteem. Your child may enjoy taking care of their fish to the point that you want to invest in a tank. Having a fish tank can be an excellent hobby for both young and old alike, and a clean fish tank can be a beautiful focal point in any room. People who learn to care for fish often have a hobby that they can enjoy throughout their lives. Taking care of fish and learning about their lives can be an excellent way for your child to explore the world of pets and teach them a bit about oceanography. The care of the fish tanks and the fish will give your child a sense of self-worth and raise their self-esteem. Your child may not be able to play with the fish or take them out for walks, but the sound of a fish tank is very soothing and has been recommended for people who have trouble going to sleep. So starting small with goldfish will give your child a chance to learn how to care for another creature and may open up a whole new world for your child. Or it may be a gateway for caring for bigger pets. So parents, please remember the following tips. Do your due diligence on choosing the right pet for your family and children. Adopt first when possible and save a life. Once you get a pet, it should be forever in your home and hearts. I hope I was able to answer some questions for you today on choosing the right pet for your child and family. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button at the bottom of this video. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon at the cafe.